What's going on, my silly little Sunday night motherfuckers? Alright, listen, I owed you something to make you motherfuckers laugh. And it was funny because it happened today in the park. So it wasn't like something in the past. It was just like, sweet baby Jesus, is this really happening? In my world, yeah. So here goes. So I'm in the park and I'm about to record, left the duck. Was going to the other side of the park, minding my business, but keeping an eye out for any nefarious motherfuckers. So all of a sudden I see this guy. It's like a thin, like white guy, whatever, like with the sunglasses, the ski cap, a vest. I mean, he looked like the fucking, like the transmitter of that Unabomber. And he's walking very like nefariously. And he has a pit bull with like a rainbow color half sweater. You know how they put the jacket on top of the dog so the dog doesn't get cold? I'm thinking to myself, don't worry about that dog. Evolution took care of that motherfucker. It gave him fur. But whatever. So anyway, he has this like multicolored rainbow shit on him. And I see he's walking fast. He's on the other side of that little fence I showed him the video today. And all of a sudden there's like this little midget mobile that the Parks and Recreation has. And inside is this big fat black guy. Cool motherfucker. And he's dressed up in green with the Park and Recreation uniform. And he's coming, he's honking, he got his little yellow light on, and he's telling the guy, Sir, you can't be in there. You can't have your dog in there. That's closed for the season. And then the little nefarious motherfucking Unabomber, the unicorn Unabomber, he's walking fast with the dog. He's like, get away from me, leave us alone. And the guy's like, sir, you can't stay in there. So the little midget mobile, it's like this little egg mobile with a little flatbed in the back, all of a sudden catches up to him. So now the confrontation starts right in front of me. Like, yo, dog, you can't make this up. All of a sudden, it's just coming closer. So all of a sudden, this guy behind the Unabomber, he's behind the fence, and he has the pit bull wrapped in multicolored rainbow stuff. And this big fucking, like, slow fat guy comes out. And he's a pretty cool, solid guy. He's like, dog, man, you can't be behind that fence. You can't be on that side. So anyway, the Unabomber shows his real unicorn stuff. He goes, you have to leave me alone. I'm having a bad day. And the guy's like, dog, it's okay if you have a bad day. I get it, but you can't be on that side of the fence. You got to come over to that side. He goes, leave me alone. I'll leave. I'll find an opening and I'll come back out to the other side. So I was like, yeah, bang, leave him the fuck alone. He's just walking his fucking dog. His dog, look at, he's having a rough kind of life. So anyway, the big black guy tells the Unabomber, sir, but I've been telling you for a long time, you got to get out. We'll open the fence for you. All of a sudden, the Unabomber, he turns to him and he goes, don't you see me and him are having a bad day? Our life is not working out today. So I'm like, oh, big, he's speaking for the fucking dog. I was like, oh, shit. What kind of a day is that dog having? If he's like that, can you imagine the dog? And then the guy is telling him, yeah, dog, it doesn't matter what day you got. You can't be in there. And so the Unabomber turns back and he tells him, I'm not going to tell you again. It's a hard day today for me and him. And I'm like, the fucking dog is like, dead dog, it's been rough for me since I was a puppy. All of a sudden, this big, masculine, fucking crazy looking dog with a fucking unicorn wrap around him is looking at him, And all of a sudden, the Parks and Recreation guy tells him, if you don't get out of it, I got to call the cops or park enforcement. You got to get out of it. He goes, you're not going to do any of that. You're going to respect me and him. I was like, oh, shit. This motherfucker's getting serious. So anyway, so the guy starts walking with his pit bull away from the big fat black guy. And I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful. Nonetheless, I'm watching. I don't take part, but I will watch. All of a sudden, the big fat black guy gets back in his little midget mobile and he drives forward and he corners him. And he tells him, guy, you got to get out. You got to get out now. He's like, that's it. You're going to learn why you should never mess with somebody that's having a bad day, because me and him have had it. I was like, oh shit. When a guy with a fucking pit bull wrapped up like a unicorn tells you he's had it, get the guns because something's about to go down. So I'm over here like, now I'm inches away because they keep coming closer. Now they're right in front of me. All of a sudden, I'm like, the fuck is that? It's like a scary threat. But as long as he's on the other side of the fence, I'm like, whatever. All of a sudden, the big flat black guy goes, what are you talking about? You threatening me? And that's when the Unabomber fucking turned around and said, this is it. You will see your actions right now. So I was like, this motherfucker gonna pull out a gun and fucking shoot everybody, probably including the dog. The dog's like, dude, this motherfucker's making bombs at home. Call the cops. So all of a sudden, let me tell you something. He fucking goes down. He grabs the pit bull. My heart just said to like, he grabs his fucking pit bull wrapped in a unicorn fucking jacket. It's a pit bull with a fucking pit bull head. He lifts him up and he goes, you're gonna see what disrespecting me is. I was like, holy shit, is this motherfucker gonna throw the big fucking pit bull at the big flat? I'm like fucking here. All of a sudden, he grabs him and he fucking puts the dog on the other side. Now this dog got judo flipped over the fence. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's this dog gonna do? He's still holding the leash. So even though he threw him over, he held the leash. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, the Unabomber starts climbing the fence. Not paying attention to the dog. He's like, yo, dog, you're gonna have to stop. Fucking dog is about to tap out. All of a sudden, the Unabomber jumps over and he tells the big fat black guy, this is it. Now you're gonna see. You're gonna see what your ways get you. So I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker gonna tell him, get that big fat motherfucker. Because I was like, oh shit, you're gonna turn him into bacon bits. I was like, that's fucked up. But I was watching, I was like, hey, I wasn't gonna start running to get fucking dogs on. All of a sudden I start running dogs. Go, wait a minute, what about him? So I'm there just watching. I'm like that, freeze. All of a sudden the guy drops down to one knee. He grabs the collar where the leash is at. I'm like, he's gonna fucking take the leash off. Holy shit. So the big black fat guy, he's fucking ready. He's fucking taking out his knife and he's getting ready to go fucking ninja assassin on the pit bull. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how could this be happening in my world? I love my life. My life is dope and I do dope shit. So anyway, I'm fucking there. He drops down. He takes the fucking leash and he pulls it over, but he doesn't take the leash off. And the black guy, he's just getting ready. And all of a sudden, the pit bull looks like he's ready to fight. And the fucking guy goes, you see, men like him is why this city's no good. He's an evil man. And he tells the fucking dog, you never be friends with a man like that. I'm thinking to myself, like, dog, not for nothing. That dog needs friends if he's hanging out with you. So all of a sudden, he fucking turns around and he extends the leashes a little bit so that dog can come close to the big fat black guy. And then all of a sudden, he pulls him back. So the fucking dog is like, I don't know. I'm a unicorn. I'm a pit bull. I don't know what I'm going to do. All of a sudden, fucking dog goes back and the Unabomber starts leaving with the dog. God knows what kind of nefarious things you do with that dog. So I turned to the big black fat guy and I was like, dog, I was ready for that dog to just fucking I thought he was going to throw him and attack you. And in the video, you see the big fat black guy saying, I was going to stab him. I was thinking to myself, like, dog, before you stab that motherfucker, he was going to take a fucking drumstick off of you. So anyway, if you motherfuckers are in Central Park and you see a pit bull with a Unabomber looking motherfucker and he's wrapped in a rainbow thing, just run for your life, man. Because I think at any moment that motherfucker is just going to snap and tell him the attack code. I don't know. Tootsie roll. I don't know what he's going to do. But let me tell you something. When I fucking saw him lift up that pit bull, I was like, oh shit, motherfuckers are going to get mauled. It's fucked up. And all this was happening while I was filming fucking videos for you motherfuckers. You can't make this shit up. You can't. I love motherfuckers.